This is traditional Irish beef and Guinness stew, the only recipe that you'll need to save this autumn. Let's make it.
First thing that you want to do is get yourself a big pot, take the lid off and pour some cooking oil in there. Crack the heat on and let that oil get nice and hot. Once your oil's heating up, grab yourself some cubed beef and just pat that nice and dry. Then you want to go in with a little bit of salt and a little bit of pepper. Once you've hit it with a little bit of salt and pepper, dredge it with a tiny little bit of flour. Make sure that it's all completely coated. Once you've got it salt, peppered and floured, you're going to want to throw the beef into the pot and then sear it off until it goes nice and brown. You only want to brown the outside of your beef. This will help lock in the flavour. The only vegetable that I like to use for this is an onion, some carrot and some celery. Roughly chop those while you're waiting on your beef to brown. My eyes are getting burnt off me because of these onions, but chop up a potato into nice rough chunks. I like to leave the skin on. You can peel them if you want, it's just preference. You don't need to worry about the beef going completely brown, but once it looks something like this, you can lift it off the heat. Once your beef's gone nice and brown, you just want to lift all the pieces out and throw them into a bowl. Once you've got all your beef into the bowl, you'll notice at the bottom of the pan there's all this browning. Keep that in there because that's where all the flavour is. So get your pot back onto the heat, crack open a can of the black stuff and deglaze that pan with about 200 to 300 millilitres. Scrape all that flavour from the bottom, making sure to get it nice and clean, as this will add such a nice depth of flavour to your stew. Yeah, so now that's been bubbling away for about 2 to 3 minutes, you're going to want to add in all your vegetables and then stew those off for about 4 to 5 minutes until they go nice and soft. Add in a little squeeze of tomato puree and about 2 crushed cloves of garlic in there as well. This smells amazing. Once your vegetables have softened down a little bit, you want to go in there with about 300 to 400 millilitres of beef stock. Then you want to drop in a bay leaf, little sprinkle of thyme, and then a little splash of Worcestershire sauce. Last but not least, you're going to want to throw the beef in there, add all those juices in, pop a lid on and let that cook for about 2 hours. Once the 2 hour mark's up, you want to get yourself some chopped potatoes and just throw those into the stew as well. Pop the lid back on there and let them cook for about a further 45 minutes. So the stew's been bubbling away for about 2 hours. So the last thing is to do is just to plate it up and then serve. This honestly looks and smells amazing.
If you want to see more quick and easy recipes just like this one, folks, then give us a wee follow. Thanks for watching. Good luck.